Hello my friends. You're probably asking yourself why I do this video. In this video, I'm going to tell you what I found out about this life, about this world. And if you see that video, I won't be alive anymore. I want to tell you about my unique life, about everything that I've experienced, everything what I've been through. You will find out why I do this video, why I did this video. You will find out about it if I tell you. And I want to start with my life when I was young. I will tell you about it. My name is MAEDIZ. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Germany, Freiberg am Neckar. This is where I'm from. I'm 6'2.5" and got brown hair, blue eyes, and a black beard. First of all, the way I look is not the way I would look if I would be healthy. I'm not healthy, but I'll show you some pics where I look like, well, let me say it like that, where I look a little bit more healthy. I'm still not healthy on those photos, but better than now. Let me tell you something about my life. I grew up in a city in Germany called Freiberg am Neckar. I've been a kid who my parents raised me really, let me say it like that. I was a nice kid and my parents did their job to be sure that I am a good person. I was going into kindergarten. When I went to mid-school, I've been a really popular kid. I had talent. I was doing a competition where I did the first and the second place. I danced like Michael Jackson and stuff like that. And I was blessed. And I can't remember how I was in mid-school. I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of, things going on, even with the girls and everything. And my life was really, really good. And I did my thing, you know what I mean? And then I can remember when I went into the upper school, I lost all of my friends because of a stupid situation. There was like a mistake going on, and I've lost all of my friends, which gave me like a depression, which made me like really messed up and everything, and I was alone. That was the first time in my life where I went from a popular kid who had everything to a person who had no friends. I was getting worse in school. I felt alone. There were a lot of things happening. A change was happening. And I remember, that my life was completely different from that point on, I was changing the class, I had like new people around me. And when I went into like 7th grade, it started to get a little bit better, I started to make contact with other people and stuff like that. And what I always did, I was starting to a certain point, I was starting to write some lyrics, I was very interested in rap music and stuff like that. And I started to rap and I started to write. And what I did was, I had this idea to, write those lyrics and to perform those lyrics in front of my class. And I really did this, I had this I brought this stuff to the teacher and I said, listen, look what I got. I gotta, put this out, I gotta bring this out to the people. And I did this, and first I was thinking about a name and everything. I was interested in doing music from one or another point. And during like the 7th grade and everything, I was still not good in school because of the whole situation. I had like, some sort of friends. You would call them friends, but I still didn't catch, that social that social connection that I was searching for. You know, I've lost that during the time. And to a certain point, you know, I was still not good in school. I had to change class again. And what was happening, to a certain point, I gave myself a name because I said to myself, the music thing, I want to do this. I want to be with that. I want to stuck with that. I want to continue this. So I gave myself the name MAEDIZ in 2006. And I can remember from the moment on I gave myself the name MAEDIZ, from that moment on, another change was happening. Because from that moment on, MAEDIZ, the name, was connected to the music that I was doing. I bought myself a microphone. I started to use a music program, you know, a very old school program back in the days. You know, I started with that. And what I was doing, as I said, I gave myself the name MAEDIZ. And people, you know, started to hear about it. I was putting like really, I did put like songs out. And I can remember the first song I did was like in 2006. It was called Startschuss. You know, it's like in German, you know, it's called like it's like the starting shot. You know, like when you have a run and you hear like the shot and everybody begins to run. This is like Startschuss. That was my first song that I did, and people were like hearing about it. And from that moment on, you know, people like, they did put this on their computer. They heard about it. You know, they would listen to my music. And from that moment on, from that point on, another change was happening. Because from that moment on, I wasn't Marcel anymore. I wasn't the guy who was like maybe, you know, very friendly and very nice and very correct. From that moment on, I was the rapper. I was the music. And what was happening, people started to did put my music and my talent in front of my character. And that was the point where, as I said, another change was happening. Because I was different. People were talking about me. And it's also, the point was also that I was starting to, you know, be different for them. Out of their perspective, I was the rapper. And that made it even more hard for me to get like, don't get me wrong. I had like some sort of friends. I had people around me. But you know, this whole rap thing, this whole music thing was always in front of my character. And you know, as better as I was getting, I did shows, I was stepping on the stage, I was doing my thing. And what I can remember also is, as better as I was getting also haters, you know. That's how it is. If you got talent, if you are able to do something, you will get haters. Doesn't matter. But you know what, man? I had to go against like 5 people or something, you know? And there were less people there who were like, you know, backing me up. Because I was the rapper. I was the only person. And I was, to a certain point, I was defeating myself. And I want to tell you something. If you got a hater, you know why you got haters, man? You know why? You know what a hater is? A hater is a person that hates that they love you. You know? Those haters, they love me. And they hate that they love me. Because they wish to have that talent too, but they don't got that talent. They ain't no got talent. Why, boy, what the fuck? No, they don't got it. So, don't listen to them. Because they hate that they love you. They don't hate you. They just hate that they love you. Because there's no reason. If you don't hurt somebody, there's no reason for hate. If you got talent, you don't have to hate. Why do you hate? There's no reason to hate. You know, this person didn't hurt you. The person who got talent didn't hurt you, but you were hating. Why? Because you wish to be that person. You wish to have that talent, but you don't got it. And so I was doing my thing. And I was really, you know, I was doing my thing, you know, I loved it, you know, making music and everything. And I was stepping on a stage and I did my thing. And I can remember in school and everything, when school was over, you know, when I finished my school, you know, I can't remember, it was summer. And I can't remember during that time, also before, let me just, hold on for a minute. One thing, during that time, like, I think 9th grade or 8th grade, when I was 14 years old, I had certain things going on in my life. And those things made me realize that I want to understand what is going on in this world. You know, those were negative things, and those negative things, you know, made me realize, hold on for a minute, man, why are those things happening? And I wanted to understand those things and what was happening. I started to, you know, become a clear thinker. I became a thinker, you know. I was thinking about this life and this world. I wanted to understand this world, and I started to ask questions to get answers, and I did this. And someday, one day, I was asking the right questions to get to the right answers, and that I can remember that was a point where I was completely changing. When it comes to the way I was living, I was really thinking about this life because I wanted to understand, why is there pain? Why are all those things happening? And so I was processing. I was doing my thing. And what I also remember is, now when I finished school, it was summer. It was hot outside. At night, 25 degrees. I was sitting there, open window. I had my computer. I was watching a film, and at night I was walking outside. I started to walk every night, like 1, 2 a.m. or something. And when I did this, you know, man, I was looking at the flowers. I was looking at the trees. I started to, you know, see the world completely different. I was processing things differently, and that was where I really changed the whole way I was thinking about this life. You know, before, maybe you can remember, when you are young, for you it's just your area or your city where you're from, and for me it was like, you know, it was life. It was the world. I wanted to understand everything, you know what I mean? And so I did. I was thinking about it, and I had a good time, you know what I mean? I finished school, everything was great. And then we have friends in America. And we said, if I finish school, when I'm done with everything, I will fly to America. This will be the biggest mistake I've ever done with what is going to or what was happening.